Yo, hello great people, African traveler again, and my fans have been killing me to meet you, GoBlack. So this is your man, not your boy.
Go
back to Africa. I love that intro. I need to look for something authentic like that. And yeah, so really honored to meet you, brother. And
honored to meet you too, brother.
Yeah. So I just want to show my brother how different communities work. And today we're going to the Somali community in Nairobi as part of the long-term journey to show him around Nairobi. So see you guys. So just GoBlack, leave a message to my fans. As say hi to them.
Yeah. Hey family. Hey, it's a pleasure being right here. Finally to meet the African traveler. And definitely it's a blessing because of the fact that he has opened up my eyes to Nairobi. He has exposed the various different ventures that one can take advantage of. And so we're headed out to a place right here today. Very excited to see what's the name of the place we're going to?
Isli.
Isli.
Isli, yes.
Where our Somalian brothers and sisters are out there.
Amazing job.
Doing an amazing job, built a community out there and all.
Yes.
So yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited for this trip here, and if I can get my phone up here.
Say, when I found out that my digital social media mentor, Mr. African Traveler himself, aka John, was going to meet with Mr. GoBlack to Africa himself, I said, John, I can't let this opportunity be passed up. Let me be a fly on the wall, because I obviously you guys know the respect I have for African Traveler, but I have a very healthy regard and a healthy respect for what this man here has been able to do in a very short period of time, Mr. GoBlack to Africa.
Thank you.
And his traveling, bringing the family, speaking in terms of all those lives that he does, getting a chance almost to be a philosopher in terms of philosophizing on connecting the diaspora with the continent. So with this, I'm very happy. Thank you for letting me guys come along and tag along, and I look forward to enjoying this day today, and great to meet you, Mr. GoBlack to Africa. Asante sana, John.
Asante sana. So guys, let's focus on the live.
And yourself, sir, born in America. Myself, who's born to African parents.
I was born in Africa.
You're born in Africa?
Yeah, I was born in Libya.
Whoa!
Yes.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah.
How? I never knew that part.
Oh yes, I was born in Tripoli, Libya.
Your parents were?
No, my parents, they were from the U.S.
Okay.
But you know, or I hate to say from the U.S. They lived in the U.S. But my dad was military. So yes, my dad was stationed over in Greece. And so back there, when I was born in 1966, they didn't have the American Standard Hospitals.
Okay.
So they flew my mother to the nearest military base, which happened to be in Tripoli, Libya. And I was born there. So yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
I'm African.
Africa to the core.
Yeah.
One of our greatest Pan-African leaders, Kwame
Nkrumah,
yeah,
was famous by this statement. He says, I'm African not because I was born in Africa,
that's right,
but Africa was born in me.
Exactly.
There you go. So in that regards,
yes.
And a famous colleague of Bob Marley called Peter Tosh sang this song called If You're a Black Man, You're an African.
Yeah.
Right?
Family, let me get this joker right here together. Alrighty. Alrighty, yeah. People are saying out here, yes. This is a nice combo. Keep talking, guys. We are listening.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we are with the one and the only, the African traveler, Mr. Nairobi, Mr. Kenya.
And you guys have been saying we have to meet with GoBlack, and yeah, so you guys, your wish is our command, and here we are. And he's a very nice man. We had a good conversation from the start of the day, and right now I took him around Isli. So this is just part of taking him around Nairobi and telling him places and how people invest in Kenya. And yeah, so you have a big, huge following from the States.
Yes.
We believe it's time for them also to consider investing back to Mama Africa.
Most definitely.
Yes, because so many people are taking that opportunity, and it's not good for you guys to be left behind. And yeah, so we feel honored that you decided to visit Kenya, and we really, really appreciate that you chose Kenya and you came back. So you came for a week.
Yep.
Then you went to Rwanda, and you came back to Kenya.
Yeah, Rwanda to Tanzania, and then back on over here to Kenya. Yes.
So far, you said you still not decided on your favorite country?
Oh, I don't believe in favorites. Oh no, I ain't getting caught up in that one. No. No, I think every country has its own special culture, its own special way of life, and that I think that based upon what you vibe or connect with, it shall reveal itself to you where you should be at that moment in time. But again, I have many conversations with our brothers and sisters here on the continent, and we have to always continue to remain, we're Africans first beyond a country. And so we are a people that have been migrating across, and who cares what the DNA say? I believe that's just one another form of a separation. But yet we must reconnect as African, uniting Africa.
Not only are they going to find these little buses and these little 14-seaters, these little 20-seaters, 50-seaters, etc. They said we're going to not only do that, we're going to now turn them into moving spaceships. Basically, at the end of the day, with Wi-Fi, televisions, and the whole nine. And so it's fun and it's cool and culture's all right. But at the end of the day, if Africa is going to get to where Africa is going, we will need legitimate public transportation systems. We will need subway systems. We will need the railway systems, you know, etc. But in the meantime, definitely get a chance to enjoy these matatus that are pimped out with the big screen TVs, cameras everywhere, the whole nine. It's a very interesting phenomenon, to say the least.
Yeah, family.
When we both have an opportunity to realize some of the pain that we've experienced, some of the challenges that we've gone through, and realize that we may have small cultural differences, almost like if you think of an iceberg. On the tip of the iceberg, it might be small, but the mass of the iceberg is under the water. So yes, we have cultural differences from maybe those in the diaspora and those on the continent, but underneath that, we have so much more in common. And one of the things we have in common is that we have been misused, abused, mistreated. We have been relegated to the peripheries of society. Our humanity and dignity has been challenged, and we are going to be able to work together to be able to restore our humanity and our dignity as people of African ancestry and as black people. So that's why I'm so happy that those sitting here, at least in this car, and the other discussions, that we can come together and have these discussions. So asante sana, thank you very much, Connie, for being able to share with the Go Black to Africa family.
Woo!
Great word. As you say, he's a philosopher.
Yo. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, that's what Africa brings out of you. If we are philosophers. We are, you know, men and women of a greater mindset than what we believe that today, that who we really are. And I think being here in Africa will unravel and be able to expose that who we are. I want to let me say one thing, brother, what you mentioned, you know, especially about the health, you know, the diabetes, the high blood pressure, the cancers, and all these things here that we suffer even greater over in America. I had a guy on one of my channels that was out in the chat, and you know, people don't believe that like diabetes is a disease, and he tried to sit there and say diabetes is not a disease, and how you broke it down is how I broke it down. Please explain to me, brother, if your limbs swell, you lose circulations in your body, and then they have to amputate, how is that not a dis-ease? That's you talking about some dis-easement shoe, you know?
No, I would have to say that at the end of the day, they title them lifestyle diseases.
Yeah.
So they're brought upon by lifestyle, and it's lifestyle that is going to reverse them if we are to reverse them. And so in that regards, as we're actually driving around.
So we're in Upper Hill.
Yes.
So this Upper Hill. Upper Hill.
Yeah.
Before we head to the other side, this was basically a residential area.
Yeah.
Some years back, and for the last 20 years, it has been transformed into a commercial area, and you find a lot of the insurance building, the banking sector, the building. So this is the second tallest building in Africa, and the tallest in Africa, and the tallest in Kenya, East Africa. It's called the Britam.
That's the second largest building there.
Yeah, tallest. Yes.
Tallest building there.
Yeah. It's called the Britam Tower. But Africa is on the change. Africa is changing, and there are so many buildings that are coming up. There are infrastructure that are coming up, and a lot of it actually is happening mostly in the East Africa. A lot of changes in Ethiopia, a lot of changes in Tanzania, a lot of changes in Rwanda. You've been to Rwanda, and I can say to your subscribers that the continent is changing. And the time is to invest is right now. I keep saying this to most of my brothers that if you don't come to the continent right now, and I keep saying this, that if you probably were to invest $10,000 for business right now and you don't come now, you will have to invest $20,000 or even $100,000 just to achieve the same result if you come here after 10 years. So yeah, Africa is changing and the time is now. So yeah, within a short time, like within the last 20 years, Nairobi has transformed from like double, like the investment, properties, prices, invest in different ways because of that, of being working in unity. And it's the same concept you'll find the Indians in Nairobi doing. They go to a place as a family, as a group, and they do tremendous job in terms of investment. And all this is because of the trust. The Indians, the Somalis, what do you call it, the other tribes. There's so many tribes who really excel because of working. They have this trust, and that is something our people need to teach each other, because there's so many as well as families who've invested from abroad, and they invest with their families and relatives, and most of them have been duped. You've been sending money to Mama Africa, to your sisters and brothers, and you come and there's nothing that has been done to your farm.
Right.
That is one thing that really discourages our people from investing back to the continent. So yeah, those are the virtues that I hope to see our people with. Go and grab something.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go grab something.
Grab something, and as we talk,
Yeah.
Now, I've always said it's important to have the discussions between continental Africans, those in the diaspora, and then sometimes, a lot of times, what's left out is this. People like myself who were born to African parents but born in the diaspora. And that perspective sometimes is neglected, or let's just not say not highlighted, or those voices have not been speaking up for those children born to immigrants in foreign lands. And I hope even with some of the work we're doing, we could have some of these particular children of immigrants who have the experience of their parents being African, but they have the experience of living in these foreign countries and have a chance to share this story.
Scoot up, brother. We're going to take a picture real quick.
Okay.
For this next one that we do.
John, did you want to grab something to eat before he started the podcast?
Yeah, I won't start yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, you can just start.
Yeah.
It's not something we're going to grab. We're going to wait for he didn't have a good breakfast. So we'd rather just have a full lunch.
Yeah, we can sit at a table and still film.
Exactly.
Break bread right there. Yeah.
So,
by the way, that's something that you've taught us, bro. The ability to stream anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? We like you've been able to do that. keep the audience still engaged.
Yeah.
And it has demonstrated that it continues to work for you. And as long as you're coming from an authentic, genuine place,
Yep.
and you're delivering relevant, people, because this information is healing for people in the diaspora. And that's why I say we got those content creators have to be careful with bringing some of the other nonsense. And by the way, I've seen you engage our Negro peer.
Yeah.
And by the way, you had mentioned at one particular point in time, for those who've been in the conscious sort of space for a little bit longer, maybe even before YouTube, to be called a Negropean was always a
Derogatory.
absolutely
Yeah, connotation. Yeah.
So this guy is now saying he's unapologetically
Yep.
Negropean.
And that's why I told people, I said, he's telling you who he is. I mean, what would you expect from a guy like this? And there were people who wanted to, you know, who was hitting me with, why you want to even interview the guy? Why you this and that? You know, I believe when you allow somebody to talk, they will tell you all about, expose themselves. And I think he did a good job of that, because people are like, you didn't ask him the right questions. You should have hit with this and that. See, the problem we have as a people, as a problem that we have is a lack to be able to listen. Just listen what this brother was telling you. He told you his motives. He told you his background. He told you everything about who he is. To me, he expressed exactly what you were thinking he was. You know,
I like your balanced. You always talk about having a balanced perspective.
Yeah.
Letting people have their say.
Yeah.
And I like that you bring that. And obviously, you have your maybe a little bit of biases you're inclined, but you have a neutrality there that will allow people to sort of come and say their piece. And a person of that caliber, because now he's talking about he has a team. He's got,
Yeah, he has. I heard that.
It's like police now. What's going on here?
Yeah.
So it's interesting what the space is going to, the kind of people it's going to attract. But I'm just going to say to you, Mr. GoBlack to Africa, because I know you have a lot more deeper depth to you than maybe you, and it's starting to show, and I think the last few videos are coming out. Please continue to walk that particular path.
Well, I'm
to deliver that, and not that you're not going to do the other things.
Oh yeah.
But you have some wisdom, especially when you start now talking about, you know, Nile Valley civilization and things along those lines. So continue to bring forth that element and be the genuine, authentic. You have a certain authenticity that I haven't seen in the space for a long time, and that's why you're able to have these lives talking to people for an hour, 2-3 hours, and keep them engaged. You have a background where you have a Christian component to it, that you've grown from that. You have a very unique makeup that makes you built for this healing between the diaspora and the Africans.
Well, and this is why I even said, even the unapologetic Negro, we need him. Why? Because every man needs to be held accountable for what he or she does or says. And you know what? You need to have an inspector to dig through your files to see if you legit. Why? Because that's gonna keep you on the up and up.
Absolutely.
When you know you got somebody out there who's gonna be digging through your files, you know, hey, I'm like, it's right here.
It might just expose you, because I didn't think ES was, I didn't think she was gonna get that flustered.
Oh yeah. You know, I mean, but the thing of it is that even when he supposedly exposed what's the not Shanice,
yes, the Shekinah.
Shekinah Ching something. Chingadu, that she was arrested.
Yes.
And I said, I said, yo, I hope, because I responded on his thing, and I said, if there's validity to what you're saying, this is powerful. Actually, this is going to bring some credibility to your channel, but I wish you would have had the victims speak to substantiate what you're saying. Because we don't know if the woman really was arrested or not.
We don't.
You know, can you get some newspaper article or anything, something to substantiate what you're saying?
Correct.
Because just saying that, hey, the woman got arrested, and you know there was people's thousands of dollars she was taking from them. All right, okay, I understand, but
Yeah, well, knowing history of COINTELPRO and all that, we've got to be careful also with those type characters. Those
You got
are the
to
kind
be.
of characters that assassinated Malcolm X, right? Those are, and so knowing history is a big, as they say, those who don't learn from history, right, are bound to repeat it.
Yeah.
And so with that, it's interesting what 2021 is going to bring for the content creators in this space. But yes, we need to have people that can validate investigative journalism as well, so that it's not just any Tom, Dick, and Harry coming over saying and claiming they are this, guru and all of a sudden, lead people into a Jim Jones type situation. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
That messes up everyone's credibility.
We need that, and that's why I said when I interviewed him was that, you know what? Look, we have too long been hiding the lie. We know that we got that uncle in our family who been violating people, children in our household, and everybody don't say nothing. So what I'm looking at the unapologetic Negro, what he's saying is this right here. He is tired of seeing some of those people take advantage of the wrong people because we sit back and we say nothing. So we have to have some type of exposure. Yeah, we hate it when somebody's, we will take it as a negative, tearing each other down. But let's look at that on the positive side. At least we have some information that if there is something or somebody out here doing something that is not legit or what have you, at least I can take the information, I can question them. Hey, this guy put a report out on you saying that you're not like the sister who's supposed to be an attorney, that you're really not a sister. I mean, excuse me, an attorney. Is that real? Do you have some documents to show and proof, certificates, licenses to show that you practice law? Because what I found was that none of those people came back to object to what he was saying. Now they don't have to, but if somebody's going to say I'm not credible, oh, I'm coming back to show the people, look, let me show y'all. Because that's just,
me, my brother, I'm vegetarian.
Oh.
So I have to tell them. I'm gonna take it to
Different. Niaje? So we're going to have
menu.